Hello. My name is Koi from Ray of Gratitude, aka The Light, right here to give you a pick a card reading. This pick a card reading is about what is transforming in your life right now. What is it? All right. Um, so right now I'm doing this message a few days before the solar eclipse. We have a new moon that's going to be in Taurus. And from what I've been reading, I'm going to see what this vibe is about. But like for me personally, I haven't really tuned in. But for what I've been reading, it seems like collectively it's really helping us to meet our goals and really see, our fruits of labor, basically. See something tangible, or help us recognize what it is that we need to really meet those goals to receive some type of tangible goods, something, it's a blessing to really be aware of things that are happening spiritually, energetically, and all that, but at the end of the day, I have to say, we're human. Okay, I'm pretty sure that these people that are watching this is human. And we have human emotions, which is like, hello, we're in 3D and we want to, like, where is the physical evidence? It's not always going to be that, but in certain cases, when we're choosing to, reach a goal, like, we just want that. Okay. So when I'm doing videos like this can actually help you, even though it's not physical or tangible. This can just inspire you and give you a little oomph. You know what I'm saying? And also, if you'd like a little oomph, I do have one-on-one coaching sessions that I have started, open enrollment for clients to build a soul care practice, that can connect and highlight your unique gifts and really expand your creativity and create your own rituals that can really soul nourish, give you the soul nourishment that you need to create, feel safe, and feel expansive in that, because a lot of times we might be stuck in stagnant energy or stuck in victim mode that we just still haven't really shed that skin yet. And creativity can help you be that guiding light and give you that resilience that you need to really get out of any unwanted patterns, And I also have a one-on-one session that allows you to do find your goals and work through some shadow work, right? By building your own affirmations. And by the end of our whole creative process, I also walk you through these steps hand in hand in creating your own affirmation deck. So if you're feeling that, please check out the links below, all right? And again, I am taking personal readings, so that's all I want to share with you all. Check out those links below and let's get into this message, all right? So, if you haven't already picked a pile, please pause for the cause, just take a deep breath, feel inside, and just see which one's poking out at you. This is pile 1, this is pile 2, and this is pile 3. All right, so we're going to explore what are you trying to transform right now? What is this universe trying to really help you transform right now in this moment? These are timeless readings, all right? So let's get into it, all right? Okay, so let's start with my pile 1. This is what the universe is trying to help you transform in your life right now. And then we're going to pull some cards to just dive a little bit deeper. This is what your current situation is going on right now, okay? And then we're going to pull some cards to help us understand what the universe is trying to help you, how it's trying to teach you to transform, and, a little bit of advice from higher self, all right? Let's get into it. So the first card we have here, is time. I feel like whoever just watches this was just like, time again. So let me just read this. It's number 14, right? Time. The doorway. Life can be a medley of delight, When the painting of your path begins to fray within your own lodge of thought, shifts your mind's eye to what is placid sea. See the brilliant path of silver moonlight that comes across the water to bring you home safely. Let the clarity of the light fill you with radiant colors as you surround yourself with the protection of the ancestors. This is time for your becoming. What wonders do you dream of for yourself? Let me put this right here for you. Actually, let me see if I can just show you this. You see that there's an egg that is cracked open. And it looks like he just did a ritual that is really helping transform. This also is the mind's eye. There's purple here. And then the butterflies. Let's see. This definitely feels like ceremony. I just want to like open the book real quick. Just give me a second. Okay. So the West, I'm trying to see. So like I'm kind of a little bit nervous because I feel like I might mess up and tell you the wrong information. But I feel like the West is something, this is based off the medicine wheel, and the West I feel like is like introspective and really bringing things to allow you to like step into that level up and really see what needs to be changed. I'm not 100% sure with that, y'all. Like, if someone knows, please comment below, because I don't know why I can't find it in this book. I'm probably just moving fast. But this card, right, symbology of the Native Americans, the indigenous people, but the truths are universal, and it does speak on ritual and ceremony, allowing us to travel spiritually through doorways between the world into the next. So it's interesting. I'm looking at this. Contrary of what we think, the future is behind us, and we are moving towards the dream time of our past. So just as a plant grows, moving towards beginnings, we seed again. And I feel like that's the vibe of the energy of the West. So let's like look into a little bit more, because this is definitely something with ceremony. This feels like this is where you are at right now. Really trying to understand where you're going. Okay, so for some of y'all, I feel like you guys are really into your spiritual journey. You have been meeting or understanding some of your spirit team, your spirit guides, ancestors for sure, figuring out whose voice is what. I don't know if you deal with angels, archangels, your guardian angel, ascended masters. All that jazz is being brought up here right now. And I just feel like, like I'm searching, because deep down inside, you're listening to your soul, and you know that you're a sovereign being and you can connect. It's your God-given right that you can connect with these entities, with these energies, with these spirits that you came here and have a connection with on earth, right? And you're actually like, hey, I'm not crazy. I can actually connect to these people, whichever way, shape, or form. That's where the clairaudience, the clairvoyance, clairsentience, like there's so many clairs that go into this, but that's how that's your sixth sense in a way, and that's your intuition helps you decipher and understand these messages. So this is my power one. Seems like this is where you guys are at right now, and you're working on ceremony. I don't know if you're watching this, for this this new moon, or whenever you watch this, it might be, another new moon. Who knows? But you work with your ancestors and your spirit team deeply, or you're trying to cultivate that. And spirit is telling you to keep going. I'm also feeling the vibe of like you're being initiated in this way, shape, or form that is going to allow you to level up. There's like a big lesson here that you have to learn, and you actually have to persevere through to show spirit like, hey, I'm really knee deep, I'm really waist deep in this. This is what I want to do, and I want to learn, and I want to grow. But like always, when we're transforming, when we're transitioning, there's a time of transmutation, which is really like the alchemy, turning liquid into metals or something like that, right? That was a bad example, but it's really changing a lot of it's really the shadow work. And some of these lessons get harder, but it's because you're built for it. But it's, it's just like Mario. I don't know if anybody played video games that's watching this, but like each level, the boss kept getting harder and harder. And it's because you got stronger though, you know? And right here I'm seeing, I'm sorry, defenselessness, right? Writing past wrongs, uprooting. I'm feeling a lot of ancestral vibes with Pawan. Um, and you've came to a place to understand forgiveness more about forgiving yourself, so you can break free from any low vibes that have been holding you back or keeping you in victim mode. Instead of being in victim mode, the opposite of that is knowing that you have victory over whatever happened to you, and that person has no control over you, that situation has no control over you, those people, did I say that already? Has no control over you. That person that did whatever, the situation that did whatever to you to make you feel victimized or be victimized, either way, shape, or form. You're done with that. You grew, you healed through that. And I'm feeling like, I think it's I have a tendency to chop up words. Hopono Ho'oponopono. I know I just messed it up. But if anybody knows what I'm talking about, there's a like 4 sentence prayer that the Hawaiian culture believes that can help you with forgiveness. And let's see if I have it. I think it does start off with, I'm sorry, please forgive me. I love you and thank you. I believe that's what it is. And more so, I believe that it's more about speaking, you can speak it over the person that did you wrong, but it's more so about speaking that to yourself and really feeling into those words, because the more that you say that, they're like affirmations. You're connecting with your higher self, with your consciousness, and you're rewiring your mindset. And that is alchemy, that is transmutation. And I do feel that that's where you're at right now, Pile One. This is beautiful. You're coming in strong with this, because this says revenge. I don't know if someone was trying to be revengeful towards you, or you actually are breaking free out of that revengefulness. Somebody did you dirty. You know what I mean? And you're actually acknowledging that it's a soul lesson. You're actually saying, you know what? I might even be at the point where I understand that all of this happened right for this moment to really line up and for me to appreciate where I'm at right now. I'm not sure, there's so many different levels where you may be at right now. I'd love to see in the comments. But yeah, something came in about the revenge card too, that I think for some people that you used to be around were very vengeful of the way that you responded, and they didn't really get you. And it made you, it's like you were really abused, like the gaslighting and all that stuff, because they didn't get you. And there's just a lot of jealousy too, and you worked through that and became more reliant on connecting with your spirit, crew, and understanding like, okay, this didn't happen to me, as they say. This happened for me. This happened for me to understand. This happened for me to grow. This happened for me to level up. This happened for me to just know what it is and connect deeply within my soul, to really align with my spirit and my human experiences. That's beautiful. I know that's for somebody. Yeah. Are there any more messages here? Let's talk about the transformation here. What is this? What is the universe trying to help you transform, and how are they trying to help you transform it? Okay, for some of y'all, yeah, I think some of y'all, let's take all these cards out first. I want to get the cards out. I like the Lenormand card, I must say. During this time of the recording, I just finished one of my card designs, which was inspired by the Lenormand. So, if you don't know, you might want to check out some of my other videos, depending on when you're watching this. So, anywho, I really feel like you found the key. You've connected to your soul. You have healed a big part of your trauma. And I really feel like, I saw this before when I was shuffling. I was wondering if it's going to come out. You've done a lot of inner child healing as well, pile ones. For some, there's some type of, what do they say? The dark feminine or toxic femininity that you became aware of, and have healed within yourself. Because let's face it, hurt people. And when there's some type of form of abuse done to a person, a lot of times when they have not learned their soul lessons and haven't healed through their own trauma, they just shit on other people and they do the same to the other person, because it's subconscious. 90% of our reactions to things that happen are from our subconscious. So, you, my dear pile one, you actually said, F this shit. I need to change. Like, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of feeling this way, and I'm going to do this. And the universe is giving you a key to open a new door, to open a new place and time for you to be in, to spread your wings, or you actually already received this key and you're getting deeper knowledge on something around I'm hearing past life, but I'm definitely seeing something around the household and the child here. Maybe for some of you that have to do with mother, your mother may have caused trauma some way, vindictively, or just not vindictively. Maybe something happened to your mom that affected you in a way, but you're finding out this way of understanding, like the messages that your spirit crew tells you about your transformation and about your trauma, and telling you how to transform this. The universe definitely has given you the key, or if not, you already have it. And it's going to be, it's like this lesson that you're learning with this key. You're going to find the best door to walk into. And I'm feeling like I need to say that, whether if there's like multiple doors, they actually all fit this key. Sometimes we get so caught up. Tell me more about this key. Sometimes we get caught up in like making the right decision or feeling pressured, like, oh my God, I have this key now, and where do I go? Like, if there's 3 doors in front of you, you're like, I have to pick the right door, right? But at the end of the day, I'm sure that no matter which door you pick is going to be, in essence, right for you, of where your next journey is going to go. What is this key about, please? Can we, no, thank you. Okay, so it's kind of hidden here. There's, there's some, subconscious stuff going on. I do feel that you're learning about some type of past lives, even, but you are releasing a burden, and you have, the universe wants you to trust, because you are getting a chance to release this burden and really wrap up a cycle that you've been healing, and really be able to start a new foundation with just a lot of love and light, And really meet your goals. Can you tell me more about this child, please? For some of you, you do have you have a child. Yeah, but this is, I was looking at the sun, because this card always reminds me of the sun. For some of y'all, you know, I don't know. Are you going to be pregnant? Who knows? But I feel like a lot of y'all, I'm not really feeling that. I feel like a lot of y'all are coming out of this dark energy, as you can see in there. Like you've been doing a lot of work. You've been doing a lot of shadow work. You've been doing just a lot of due diligence and focusing and committing on your healing. And, you know, it can be a long journey. But at the end of the day, it's like, F this. I am a spiritual badass and I am connected to the Most High. I got my spirit crew. And you're like, start understanding stuff better. And you're like, oh, snap. Like, that didn't even affect me. Like, what is going on here? I forgot to pull this card. What's the universe saying here? Yep. What or who you are trying to prove in the what or who are you trying to prove in this situation? Be aware of people pleasing. I feel like this is something that you have transformed. If not, also you are transforming this, because this is where that revenge comes into play. It's like maybe you were trying to prove to somebody so bad, and again, like, the people just were not seeing you, they were not hearing you, they weren't appreciating you, they were treating you like straight up shit. And you know, it became traumatizing. It did. Because like sometimes people feel that like really harsh lessons have to be traumatizing, but when your nervous system is becoming affected and you are like, this does not feel right on the inside, and it could just be the way that someone is living in your space, you know, or the way that someone's talking to you, it can wind up becoming very traumatizing and feeling very traumatized. Because I feel like a lot of times it's because it's like, damn, this is like, to most people, how is this traumatizing, right? But it's like, because you've had years and lives, past lives of this type of trauma, that it's the same energy, but it's not actually physically the same type of happening, if for lack of words. Let me just drink some water, guys. So yeah, you're transforming. Like, I feel like also too, like, you've made this type of wish to yourself, you know, or just this like honor. You did some type of that kind of did want to come out. You've sacrificed a lot, so you're going to reap some benefits, right? But I also feel like you did some type of, in essence, a contract to yourself, you know, saying like, I'm not going to put up with XYZ anymore. And because you stuck with it, because you committed to yourself, you're going to reap a lot of rewards from that. Let's see what higher self wants to say about this. Okay. Look at this anger. Interesting. You know, I'm just want to say, like, I feel like I want to give you a hug, because I feel like if you haven't already, please look back at where you have been and how you used to react to certain energies. Because I feel like in the past you were holding a lot of anger, and I'm sure you had valid reasons to do that, but you have overcame something, or are overcoming something, where like you don't even get affected by this anymore. Higher self, what do you want to say to pile one to help them with their transformation? What do you want to say to pile one to help them with their transformation? Okay, so right off the back, I'm looking, you don't need them. Clearly, you know you don't, because you're not even like vengeful for them. You know, sometimes when you're in revenge mode, you feel like deep down inside, you feel like you need to prove something to this person. And it becomes so much with anger and pride, right? That it's like, you have to see me and you have to see this way, and I'm going to make you see it, and I'm going to like F you up for not seeing it, type of thing. You know what I mean? But like, I just feel like you're like, look, I'm learning how to speak up for myself, and I don't need to address it in this way. You're raising your vibes. If you haven't already, please raise your vibes so you can actually hear the messages more, so you can be more clear-minded and get the clarity from your ancestors, as well as your spirit crew that can help guide you along this journey of transformation. If you're trying to make a decision on something, especially with the key, if you have the key in your hand, don't feel pressured. Wait a little bit more to make a decision. Um, and just ask yourself each morning or whatever, like, is it time to use this key right now? I'm speaking figuratively, but is this time? And if you still feel pressured, don't make the decision. But when you can ask yourself and you don't feel like pressured or feel like type of thing, then that's when you can listen in just a little bit more and know, like, all right, I'm going to decide. Yep. And like I said, if you haven't already, please celebrate how much work you've done already. Celebrate your milestones and pat yourself on the mofo back. Because you've came a long way. I just feel that all up in you. You've came a long way. Like, the due diligence needs to be appreciated without a doubt. And know that you can validate yourself. I feel like you've been learning that. And you're at a point, or you're transforming into this part of you that you can self-validate, and you're proud of yourself, of making decisions for you, being independent, and really feeling like the universe has your back, feeling like your spirit crew has your back. I think I'm gonna leave it right there, Power One. I want to say impressed, but I don't know how I'd be impressed if I don't know you. But Power One, kudos to you for doing what you're doing. Keep going, keep listening, and keep trusting yourself. And I am sure that things will be a lot easier, or if anything, just there's a lot more grace coming into your life. So again, kudos to you, and celebrate that, because you need it. And again, please check out my links below. If you're looking for a personal reading, I have time open on the schedule for personal readings, y'all. And I also have open enrollment for my one-on-one coaching right now. That helps you with your creative spirit and tapping into your creative spirit, and creating a soul care practice with ways that can really motivate you, keep you in line with your goals, and really transform the way that you talk to yourself as well. A lot of times we don't realize how we talk to ourselves. And I have 2 different types of coaching sessions, which I would love for you to check out. But the main one that I love is because I love to create cards. We do our coaching, you find your process and connect with your creative soul. And we work on affirmations that result in creating an affirmation card deck. So if you're feeling that out, please check the links out below. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you're feeling the vibe, please subscribe, like, share, comment, and hit that notification bell so you know when I'm uploading new videos, all right? I'm going to move on to pile 2. Good luck. Blessed be to you, Power One, and thank you for viewing my message. Bye. Okay, Pile 2s. This is your message. Let's see what the universe is trying to help you transform. This is your current energy, and then we're going to use some Lenormand cards to dig deeper into what it is. Like, what's the best way to transform this energy, right? So let's see. Got this first one here. We got the number 6 here with red, which is south. And south definitely deals with where you have came, right? This is based off of the medicine wheel, and I can't seem to find the actual terminology of what these yeah, like where is it? Oh, I see. Because I'm like, so, okay, so the South represents like the nature of the relationship or your physical connection, how to relate to people in day-to-day activities, Um, the South also represents, though, like past energies and when really self-reflection. Hold on one second. Okay, so the self also helps you let your inner child shine, trusting yourself in the process of it all, right? It definitely does deal with physical, and it's helping you evolve your passion and connect with your passion and involve your creativity. So this one is speaking about patience, right? We have this here. Oops. I don't know if number 6 resonates with you, but something greater. So live your life as a fearless warrior who sees the world as being much greater than yourself. Be humble and patient, having faith in something more. As a bird soars high above the greater vision, we too should attempt to soar and see the larger picture um, we are all a part of. What can be the greater what can be greater than a winged one who flies thousands of miles a year in expression of its true nature? Would you go to the ends of the earth to find your true self? Imagine the courage and tenacity that the tiny beating heart, always in search of something greater, the purest nectar of the Great Spirit. Do you recognize this within yourself? So that's a little hummingbird, actually. I don't know if hummingbirds recognize or symbolize something to you personally, pile 2. But let's just see something else. I just want to. So, at times, a hummingbird will be still. It waits patiently. When he looks ahead, he throws a certain beam of energy out, and in waiting for the moment, he allows the energy to come back. He is never exhausted. So, this card is saying like, then feel the energy returning. I'm hearing like it's almost like waiting for the other foot to drop. It's kind of like you put something out. I'm getting this energy of like trying to manifest something. Pile 2. I don't know if that's what's going on, or you're trying to like receive messages from your spirit crew. Let's see what's going on here. Yeah, look, the child I was meant to be. This is your shadow card. You are not for everyone. Boo-boo. Embrace your weirdness. Face your true north. That's interesting. This is north and that card is south. Let's see more knowledge. Okay, so I'm seeing this child here. I think that you're like right now, you're in this remembrance. You're reflecting on things that you used to love to do when you were a child, and you may have been called weird for it, but in all actuality, like this was your special gift. This is what I love to do and help with people, because sometimes we can't embrace that because we have these conditions that we've put on ourselves, honestly, because of the outside world, and it's like we can't see ourselves as unique anymore. We don't really truly believe that because we've been holding on to all this like bull crap from childhood, and there's a need to work through that energy to allow you to really step into the mature soul being that you need to be. And that's what I love to do with one-on-one coaching here. But for you pile 2s, right? I was about to call you a different pile. I think you've been understanding. It's like you're coming to a point of like being more playful, having that energy of when you were a child, and really knowing like, you know what, I am not for everybody, and I'm okay with that. And there's still this energy of you putting something out to the universe and wanting to receive it, like wanting to see it, like manifest something. And through that, there's a need of patience and there's a need of letting it go. And from reading that book, it's like the hummingbird puts something out and then waits for it to return. It just really sounds like manifestation. But like, for instance, I've been learning, sometimes we have to recognize we may be putting too much energy into something, and that's really causing us to not, it's like it's causing us to miss the signs of receiving what we should be doing in this process of waiting, in this process of being patient to receive and trust that the universe has our back. Because it's like, if you're still trying to manifest something and you're like, is it going to happen yet? Is it going to happen yet? That's not really trusting. And that's not really letting go and just giving it to the universe and allowing it to fall in your lap the best way possible that it needs to be. Like looking at this card too, like reminds me of like a lot of like wishful thinking, you know, sending a lot of things up to the heavens, to the universe, to your spirit guides. And I kind of want to tell y'all this. Sometimes we can manifest so easily because we were not that much attached to the outcome, you know? And then like, because I remember I used to be like, it's so frustrating that when I'm trying to manifest something, it never comes, right? Never, when that's not true. But a lot of times it doesn't happen because I'm so fixated on the outcome. And I've manifested many things in my life unbeknownst because I wasn't so fixated on outcome. I didn't even realize what I was doing. You know what I mean? And I was kind of like in this loop of like beating myself up when there was no need to. And a lot of times that came from my inner child. I wasn't playing enough. I was taking things a little bit too seriously. I wasn't creating enough. My inner child loves the out of creating. You know, that my inner child is a mastermind behind my creativity. I'm just gonna let y'all know. I gotta give her some props, okay? I'm not gonna tell you which age, but you know, she's the mastermind here. And the more that I recognize that energy of the inner child, the more the energy comes to me, the more energy comes out, and I can create in flow. You know, creativity is in flow. It's not in blocks. And with blocks and stagnant energy, a lot of times it comes from us talking crap to ourselves, you know, and believing that crap, you know, or listening too much from Sally Sue from 10 years ago, 20 years ago, that called you some name and you held on to that, you know. So, and I do want to let you know, inner child is not necessarily like toddler age. Inner child a lot of times can be the teenager, the raging teenage years. I kind of want to say like when you're that adult, the 21-year-old, you know. That's just me. Because looking at the state of and the different types of generations, I feel like a lot of us have taken longer to step out on our own, you know, or whatever. I don't know. So let's talk about I'm getting this vibe too. Like I'm starting to get like kind of tired, and I feel like you're really tired. You're at this point where like you're tired of proving yourself. You're tired of chasing after things too. And you're learning to just lean back into the flow of things. Let's see how the universe has your back and is trying to help you transform. Let's dig a little bit deeper. In what way is the universe trying to help you transform right now? Okay. Okay. So it says, does this feel good or bad? Is this giving... That this is not what it says. It says, does this give you a good or bad feeling? So that's kind of like telling me something about the discernment here and teaching you how to really feel into your body. Let's see what the Lenormand cards have to say. This is the universe helping you transform right now. Okay. Okay. Kind of wanted one card. Okay. Talk to me nice. That's what I'm getting. Now, I don't know, like, how deep do I want to go with this? Because this whip card talks about abuse, and I'm not quite sure if you used to get physically abused or definitely mental/emotional abuse. I definitely feel like that. And it's just like, as a child, you were around some type of people that really made you feel nervous as F, out of your shell, trying to figure out yourself, but everybody kept projecting things on you. You might be the type where you were just minding your business and people were just coming up talking shit about you and they didn't know who the heck you were. Spirit, the universe is trying to transform you to speak, like, really trust your intuition and speak in a better way about yourself, transforming you in this new self-love journey here, because you're not for everyone, and you've been placed here to learn some big ass lessons, let me tell you. And I do want to encourage you that it might be hard for you to wrap this around your head. I'm not quite sure where you're at in your own spiritual journey, but the universe, spirit, great spirit, God, whatever you want to call it, would not have brought you here at this time and put you in these situations if you weren't strong enough. When you're in the thick of it, a lot of times you're like, what in the world? How am I going to get out of this? But when you're able to stand on top of the mountain and place the flag there and be like, I did this, I did that. You know what I mean? That's when you'll start realizing, like, yo, okay, I am stronger than I thought. For some, you may have been like publicly shamed, which gave you this trauma in childhood, and just really set the tone of like low self-esteem, and the universe is trying to show you, like, have better discernment. Like, everybody, discernment is a gift. Discernment is allowing yourself to see from a higher perspective on the best way that works for you, as well as the other parties that are involved. It's almost like self-judgment, but it's really not judgment to the point where it's bad and you're like, oh, I'm never going to be good at this, or these people would never like me. It's not like judging like that. It's really judging in a way of, this road looks a little bit crazy, it looks dark, it looks scary and spooky. Not so quite sure if I should do that. This doesn't feel right. Or this path is lit up and I need to. Or even vice versa. Where sometimes our intuition, because see, the thing about our intuition, it does not quite make sense. It's tapping into spirit. And our instincts may give you that gut feeling. But our intuition sometimes can give you that gut feeling. But it's that small voice. It's that little nudge. Sometimes it can be a little bit rough, but it's definitely spirit. Okay, it's not more of a cerebral type of thing. It's more of a subconscious thing, or just another spirit telling you, like, hey, it's a spiritual action or supernatural, as some people may say. And it's telling you like, hey, actually go down this dark road. I got your back. You're not going to be touched and nobody's going to get you. But in that glittery road actually ain't for you. And it don't make sense. But when you listen, you be like, oh. But when you don't listen, you be in the corner somewhere licking your wounds. You know what I mean? And Spirit is trying to tell you like, okay, because sometimes you might even get mixed up from the signals because your anxiety or your emotions are just so like jumbled up and like just on 1,000. You can't hear your intuition and you can't trust yourself. You know, your intuition speaks from the soul. And a lot of time, like, how do we know what our soul is really saying, right? We know when we can be centered, grounded, and aligned, mind, body, and soul. Mind, heart, and body. You're getting there, though. You are. You know, I feel like for some you may have opened a book and like started reading about some things and how to release some baggages that you may have accumulated over time from being a child. Um, but also, I kind of want to tell y'all, this might be a special message, I don't know, but like there's some haters that have been like kind of triggering you in a way and not really allowing you to see the beauty and the value that you have. There may be a need for you to move away from certain people, you know, and they may have made you feel comfortable where you're at right now, but at the end of the day, you never really were for them. And you're kind of realizing that, like, oh, dag, like, I was a black sheep, you know? And people constantly tried to bleach my hair type of thing. You know what I mean? Let's see. Let's see some more messages here. Actually, I kind of want to see. Tell me what this mouse is. Tell me what this mouse be about. Okay. Yeah, that energy of anxiety has been blocking you from pleasure. And Spirit is the universe trying to transform these projections that you have been conditioned to believe about you, and really wants you to embrace yourself in this self-love, in this sensual, like, open your senses and really feel through certain things that can really help you understand you more and understand the messages that you get. Because I do feel that you do get messages and you're not quite sure, because you probably used to do this when you were younger and you might have been shamed, like, oh, we don't do this over here. You know, for some of y'all, you may have grown up in a strict family, religious family, you know, and the religion did not give any type of room, shape, or form to tarot cards or speaking to spirits, or, I don't know why, like maybe some people might get these smells that remind them of something, or it tells you a message like this is what a warning smells like, because sometimes that's a clear, I don't know if it's clear cognizance, I get mixed up, but they're that, like, your senses is really the sixth sense, seeing things a certain way, hearing things a certain way, tasting, smelling things a certain way, feeling empathy a certain way, knowing, you know what I mean? It's that's your the Spirit is trying to help you transform your belief of that as well, I feel. Let's see what higher self wants to bring to the table about this, just to give some further advice on helping you transform, helping you feel into this energy, because there's a real need that's sticking out to you, Pile 2, that you need to believe that you are the shit. You're made one of a kind. And you the universe loves you, you know, and just because you've been placed around a lot of people that didn't show love in a feeling that felt good, you know, if you may relate love to feeling bad and like abandoned and rejected and stuff like that, um, the universe wants you to find ways to transform that because it's going to help you relieve some things. I'm not even like some of it might even cause like health issues because you've just been like in this energy around the wrong people, um and it just caused really a lot of self-loathing. I have the price of anything is the amount of life you exchange for it, and it reminds me of like, it's true, like what is the energy exchange, you know? This is where you can actually decipher too, like, is this a good idea? Like, does this make sense? Like, do I have to keep showing up to an argument that I'm invited to? You know, sometimes people really F with people and they see your triggers and they gaslight you, or they just push the right buttons constantly, and it's like they just get a rouse out of argumenting with you, and it's like, no, I don't want to do this anymore. This is draining. um this is helping you understand who are energy vampires as well. It's pile 2. This is what you're transforming right now, you know. And I feel like looking at this, you did want this. You called out to the universe because there is a seed that you are sowing, and you're going to reap those seeds. Like, you're going to see the work that you do for yourself. But it's kind of like, I don't know, for some of you, you may just started, let me pick this up. You may have just started your own spiritual journey, or maybe you've been on it for a while, but you're starting to do some inner child work. Some like looking at your foundation of your household, just looking at younger years of trauma, younger years of abuse that you have allowed, as well as that have done to you. Because sometimes we don't know we're being abused. That's the effed up part. And we're like allowing this, you know, because we don't know. But when you do know and you're not speaking up, you are still allowing that. And you have to have more self-worth within you to know that this is, you're not taking this shit anymore. You know, what is the price of energy exchange? Do you want to keep being around people that are draining the fuck out of you? No. So choose that. And know, like, is this a good feeling? Is this a bad feeling? There's nothing, and it's hard because I remember when I first started my healing, especially with my inner child, like, I thought that being selfish was bad. You know what I mean? And it's not. You know, I want to reframe the word selfish. It's just looking and paying attention to yourself. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But if you're being more extreme of the term selfish, you're being more self-centered, you're being more egotistical, that doesn't help. That's like narcissistic. You know what I mean? That doesn't really help anybody because you're not one person on the earth. We have to be mindful of other people, other things. You know what I mean? And some people just don't care about nobody but themselves. I don't feel that's selfish. You know? So the universe is saying ground your energy, tap into nature more, go outside more, put your feet in the grass, or if you're like me and don't like the grass, um, wear flip-flops, okay? Or put a blanket down. But yeah, ground your energy. There's 5-minute grounding videos on YouTube that you can find that can help you guide you through the process of grounding, you know, because that will help you be more in your body and hear and trust and feel safe within your body and trust your own intuition and it will get you out of that anxious feeling. scream, shout, and let it out. I was telling a close friend of mine that, when you're younger, like kids, one, they get to run around on the playground, they're always screaming. That's like a primal, instinctive thing to help exhilarate or exude, exhaust, release energy. And sometimes kids even scream and they're like, well, why you do, like, I know my nephew used to do that, and like he's pretty emotional too, but at the same time it's just like, you know what I mean? And when an adult does it, it's like, what in the world is going on, right? So if you feel like, sometimes too, I remember when somebody told me that, I'm like, what if somebody thinks I'm in danger, like, and they're gonna, like, not even like, you know what I'm saying? Because I've heard people scream before, and I'm just like, I hope that they're okay. I send a little prayer to them. But I remember having a conversation about this. Ways to release, because we can't just go around beating up people, you know what I mean? And even if you didn't want to do that, exercising helps you. You like kickboxing, that helps you release energy, release tension. And screaming, I just wanted, let me get this. I don't know why I can't get this out. If you go to an amusement park, right, and you want to like intentionally release energy by screaming, go to an amusement park. Because that way you won't feel like, and if you don't like roller coasters, if you can be in some type of body of water, or if you're in the shower, you can scream because the water will help, diffuse that sound. So I just want to give you that tip. Because sometimes we just gotta scream, like, F this, you know? And whoever you're thinking about, you don't need them. You really have to tell yourself you don't need them. They have been abusing you in whichever type of way, shape, or form. And enough is enough. Enough is enough. And find the root cause and go deeper. I just needed to think that. And the root cause has to do with something in your childhood. And it may be, hey, if you're really like me and want to go real deep, it may be in a past life as well. So that's what I have for you, pile 2. I love you. Much love to you. If you are sat through this whole message, I appreciate you like nobody's business. I wish I could see you and give you a hug. Because I have been here before and it's a little bit hard, but at the end of the day, try things first, what's working and what's not working, then start looking for people that you can connect with and feel safe with. I'm gonna say that again, and feel safe with, so they can help direct you to, the next level, the next season of, and meet your goals. And if you're feeling the vibe, you can book a personal reading. You can work with me on one-on-one. So there's multiple ways you can do that. And if you check the link below, you can definitely do that. I do one-on-one coaching with creative healing to help you with your inner child healing, and expand and work on certain projects that really highlight your uniqueness. And I also have a one-on-one coaching session that allows you to work through your shadow work and create affirmations and work through a creative process that results in your own personal affirmation deck, where I guide you and help you learn little tactics on working with cards for your soul care. So, if it sounds like something, definitely check it out. The link is below. And again, my taking personal readings, if you want to book one, you can definitely hit that link. But one thing that you can definitely do to support me that is free 99 is by subscribing to my channel, commenting, hitting that notification bell. If you're feeling the vibe, please subscribe, like, share, comment below. And I am going to get up on out of here. Again, much love to you, pile 2. Let's move on to pile 3. Okay, pile 3, last but not least, I have with me the cards that represent your own energy, and then we're going to tap into what you are specifically transforming and what ways that can help you transform and move through this energy. All right. So, I don't know. I'm not quite sure what this is yet. This looks like somebody done uprooted something, right? Let's see. 27. I don't know if this number resonates with you or the number 9 resonates with you. Yeah, look, uprooted, flourish. I'm happy that each group actually had different colors on the medicine wheel. These cards represent the medicine wheel with indigenous people, the Native Americans, indigenous American people. So the East is yellow, and the East talks about inspiration, illumination. It's really kind of like starting things, revealing things on your spiritual path, your inception, your ideas. Let's see what it says in the book. Okay, this card is the voice of your old wise, and within has something important to tell you. Begin to open your mind and potential. Yeah, sometimes it's interesting how the medicine wheel kind of is like always off by one when I've started researching that. But anywho, let's talk about your reading here. We got 27. The tree is violently uprooted from its life force, has many faces of grief and confusion. We are often like this tree, torn away from the environment that encourages our life growth. And the sense of loss can be devastating, but the roots leave a seed beneath the earth that will ultimately rekindle the wisdom that was left. It will grow and reforest the land in the name of the echoes of your love will flourish from the rain of tears you have shed. Interesting, very beautiful. This earth is a schoolhouse to which we come to learn and correct our negativity. Interesting. Abuse is not a bright light. Oh, abuse is not a birthright. Excuse me. It's not a bright light either. It is something you are taught. I was just speaking about this in pile 2, so I don't know if this resonates with you guys, or if you feel moved to watch it. And you can replace painful memories with better thoughts. You have the right to change your story with your imagination. This is speaking about one of my one-on-one coaching. Very interesting. Focus on happiness, laughter, well-being instead of abuse, and gladness of your heart will follow the arms of Great Spirit, enfolding you and keeping you safe. See every aspect of the situation, even in tough ones. Though you cannot change the past, you know that you can change what is in your life now. Believe in the divine right to flourish. So this is reminding me of like inner child work again. And if you are connected with, if you're connected with, if you feel moved to watch pile 2, watch pile 2. So we have this here. This is about speaking and tapping into your authenticity. The throat chakra definitely connects to the bridge of the heart, I'll say, that allows you to bring in and receive those messages from the spiritual aspect, higher self, connect with spiritual, your spirit crew and whatnot, right? And it tells you speaking your truth, understanding your truth, even understanding the messages that are received to you, and knowing when to speak and knowing when to not say certain things to people, a certain timing on when to say things. We have this void card here too. Stop, embrace winter, great cosmic womb. Interesting, because I think Is it winter? No, it's east is not winter. This is about inception though. Because in the void there's so much unknown. But okay. So creativity, feminine energy, right? Just the energy alone, the yin energy is usually connected to dark energy because a lot of times when we're creating we don't even know where it's coming from, you know what I mean? It just sneaks up on you, and then it's like, okay, what do I do with this information? Again, um bringing information energy down from the crown, the third eye, and the throat chakra. And many times when we don't know what to do with this information, or we feel like we need to speak up and we don't honor our truth, things get uprooted and tossed aside. Um, and this is like fated to suffer. And this card speaks on, as you can see, she's like holding a apple, and it's wondering like, is this poisonous? Is it not? It's about like perception and deception. Um, and like not honoring your own truth is deception, you know, because it's taking you away further and further away of the things that were meant for you, and not standing in your power. Let me see something about this card. I didn't really speak on it. 27. Okay. So this just popped out at me because I don't really want to read the whole thing. The agony created by this act was unfathomable, but this kind of darkness seems to live on in the human psyche. It was talking about the Trail of Tears and how the Supreme Court ignored basically the rights of removing thousands of Indians from their land. Um, to become free and whole, to flourish in spirit, mind, and body, take education and understanding of your own weaknesses. If you don't name and accept your flaws so that we can heal them, we will never know the true meaning of joy of this life. And this is what this truth is speaking about. Like, get to know yourself within this void. You know, sometimes you feel like you're in a black hole being sucked down the rabbit hole. But honestly, just like Alice in Wonderland, she did go down the rabbit hole and she found a whole new world of exploration and understanding things about herself and figuring out her strength, you know. Like in the new one, I say the new one because it's like 2000 and something with Johnny Depp. She beat the Jabberwocky, right? But in Disney's Alice in Wonderland, she did something that allowed her to understand and wake up, you know, back to where she was laying under the tree. And it showed a truth within her. It showed that um, things that she desired, things that she wasn't going after that she desired, and figured out why she wasn't doing that, right? And it was all in this void, this unknown realm, this unknown energy that is more like a blank canvas waiting for you to create something from within, though, you know, finding that light switch from within. um it's a tough spot to be in, though. It really is, because honestly our brain, we all have this sense of um excuse me, wanting to know, you know. I feel like you may be in this situation where it's just like you are so tired of trying to figure things out and you want to know, but it's like all things avail. Like, will this ever avail? Will this ever um will I ever see the light? You know, like some of you might be going through the dark night of the soul. And that's another thing. The dark night of the soul is speaks about that because it allows you to see some of your shadows that have been faded to you, you know, that is allowing you to see these dots, right? And really understand some of these lessons so you can really turn the light on, because that's how you turn your own light on, is by understanding the lesson. If we don't really understand the lesson, right, there's no aha moment. um let's see more of what the universe is trying to help you transform here. Wow, I think you should definitely check out pile 2, because this was the same card. Does this give you a good or bad feeling? All right, so let's see what's going on here. And 2 more cards. Okay. Yeah. All right. So, the universe is trying to help you transform, like, this energy of independence, and really moving towards a more stabler ground. You are dealing with a lot of karmic situations here with this snake card. It just shows the cycles, you know, the moon and the sun, the cycles. It's like the infinity symbol. And there's some things that you may be experiencing that you're just not quite sure, and you're being put in situations from the universe to really help you explore that. I know people don't want to hear that when they're going through this, because the shit sucks, honestly. But it is shaking things up so you can really become awake. So you can really become really alerted, like, yo, you can do this and you need this. Just like with this Fated to Suffer, it's almost like with Snow White, you know, she was like in this la la land, like nobody was going to hurt her. And then this witch comes along knocking on the door, and she thought, like, hey, let me help this old lady. But hello, rule number 1, you don't take stuff from strangers. You just don't. I don't know. I mean, some people just have that within them. They're born with that and knowing that. And some people don't, you know what I mean? And if you don't have an upbringing to help protect you, then you really do have to find and fend for yourself. And honestly, if you had that type of upbringing, spirit's like, okay, it's time to shift gears. You can't really be thinking like that. We need you to be self-efficient. The fox talks about self-efficiency, self-care, because a fox always lands on its feet. I know the fox does talk about deceit and people are being slick and manipulative, which you probably have been around a lot of those people. But instead of people being manipulative and taking things from you, it's time for you to honor your truth, honor you are, and stand up for what you believe is right, and stand up for your self-love. You know, take care of yourself. Gain more independence, because when you don't have that independence, it leaves room for other people to manipulate you. It leaves room for you to have to depend on other people, and they control your narrative, and you don't need that. That doesn't happen all the time, but me looking at these cards, it's telling me that you've been around these type of people. And Spirit wants you to move away from people that are trying to drain your energy, you know, trying to tell you something that you're not, you know. It's kind of almost like one man's trash is another man's treasure. And I feel like sometimes people know that you're a treasure, but they're still treating you like trash. And there's a need for you to move away from that and reestablish your foundation, reestablish a routine, a ritual, or something that can really help you gain your self-love, um, gain more truth about who you are. You know, sometimes we haven't experienced certain things, but when we go through that, it just shows how strong we are because we were able to overcome that. Let me see something here with this house. Okay, again, the moon. It's something with your emotions. I feel like there's a need for you to stay grounded. Tell me about this snake. Okay, here we go. Yeah. This clover is coming through, and you know, I think that overall you are going to see this lighter end of your shadow work. You're going to see it through, and you're going to be amazed at the things that you can do. But it's also, I'm also hearing like it's like this medicinal type of thing. Finding some type of medicine. You know, it's reminding me kind of right now too. It's like I like to call things soul care. I use cards to really help me tune into my intuition. These cards have helped strengthen my intuition. And I now share that with other people and help them utilize and create their own cards to do their shadow work and to cultivate a ritual or soul care ritual that can help you, you know, self-reflect and spend time with spirit, instead of like jumping on our phone first day in the morning, you know what I mean, or just being overly consumed by like everything that has nothing to do with your spirit. And I feel that your spirit holds a lot of knowledge that you just don't even know, and you're going through these growing pains so that you can learn how to land on your feet, so you can cultivate, um, and co-create something that feels right for you, something that can really install some type of inner strength within you and a better foundation that you can build on and feel safe, you know, have a sacred space. Um, and hmm, I want one more card for this moon here. Interesting. We have the masculine. I'm kind of getting that maybe, you know, there's a need for you to utilize your masculine energy or understand it because you're in this feminine energy, this yin energy where it's causing a lot of dark vibes where you can't really see, but you can feel. And they want you to feel through this energy, that can help you decipher, help you discern, and help you see a different, wider perspective of understanding your truth, understanding who you are, and understanding what you stand for. Because when you stand for something, right, you're not going to fall for anything. And that's where that yang energy comes from. That's where that masculine energy comes in to bring structure into this. Okay, and I'm also picking up too, like a lot of times you may get so confused from the messages that you get from the intuition, right? And it makes you feel like you're on these clouds, like you don't know what's going on. Bringing in that yang energy allows you to funnel that, you know, and stay more grounded in that. So you can really be like, oh, I received the messages. Oh, I get this. So spirit is really like, the universe is really teaching you these lessons so you can really stand tall. So you can really, yeah, as soon as I said stand tall, I don't know if anybody likes Erykah Badu that's watching this, but she has a song called 20 Feet Tall. Listen to it. Because she says, my love, what did I do to make you fall? She talks about how she fell so far away from her own self. And when she realized that she was so far from herself, she realized she was like sitting. And when she stood up, she was 20 feet tall. You know, taller than the barriers that she placed around her, basically. You know, and this is This is like, I guess it's almost like a soul lesson that you have, that deep down inside you wanted to learn some of these lessons to really elevate and really come up on top, spiritually. Um, so you can stand for some things, because some shit is just not right, like what do you do when you're uprooted and people throw blankets on you and tell you that, like, here, you can keep this and be warm, and it has a disease on it, the the trail of tears is horrible. But it's also reminding me of germ warfare and all that stuff. Like, I'm recording this in 2022, and some of this shit is still happening. And there's a need for you to find your grounding, your footing, so you can really feel comfortable within yourself and your body and speak up, because somebody does need to hear, and you need to know that you are going to inspire other people, but you're in this void area, so you can really start grabbing and learning to trust yourself first and foremost, and creating something out of nothing to really move forward in a more stable way, to really, like, it's just like checking off these lessons that you might have signed up for if you believe in that type of thing. So let's see. Let's give you a little bit more advice on transferring this stuff. Okay. Yeah. The love that you withhold is the pain that you carry. I feel like for you, Power Threes, like there's this deep knowing of love of self that you've withheld. And it's because of a lot of pain. There's definitely, more than likely, for me to be using these cards right now, it's a lot of ancestral pain, and your ancestors can be blood. It can also be cosmic ancestors. I'm learning it's so much things that we are tied to. That's why I like to just say spirit, because there's a spirit in everything, and the universe is teaching you, like, there's this energy that's going to make you feel good and feel like home, and there's going to be some energy that's going to make you feel bad. Sometimes you do have to understand the bad energy and sit with that energy to learn the lesson. But you don't have to allow the bad energy to be projected on you, or feel forced to do something that feels bad. You know what I mean? You don't have to do that. And if you are put in those circumstances, and you have a strong connection with spirit, trust and believe you will be able to take time to decipher, this ain't for me, bruh. And move and decide in discernment, and trust your truth, trust your belief, and trust your knowing that Spirit always has your back. Universe always has your back. God always has your back. So let's see. Maybe. That's interesting. I think you might be learning some things and you're not quite sure yet. That's where the good and the bad is coming from. Trust your gut, right? What's your body telling you? And by trusting your gut, sometimes it's like maybe your body's not speaking to you. Maybe you don't really feel it in your gut. But if you can really get quiet and you ask yourself, your consciousness, does this feel good with this decision that you're trying to make? You'll know this don't feel right. This feels pressured. This feels forced, or this feels like, yeah, that's it. It's not what it seems. There's something also that is around you, or clouding your vision, and you might be getting caught up emotionally, and there's a need for you to subside those emotions so you can really have a sound choice to make. For others, it's not what it seems. Spirit has your back, and they're doing some things for you behind the scenes, and you just don't get what's going on. It feels pretty crappy for it right now, but at the end of the day, it's really not what it seems. It's really to grow you for real, from the inside out. You are doing the best you can right now, and you need to know that, honor that, and respect that, and not beat yourself up. Don't be as soon as I say not beat yourself up, don't be too hard on yourself, because that is what causes more heaviness and more blocks, and makes you stray further from the truth, the real truth of the meaning of why you're doing this, the real purpose of why you're doing this. Because there is a why and there is a how. And right now, I feel like you're trying to figure out why so you can know the how. I'm going to leave it right there, Pile 3. I really hope that you receive this message, if you're feeling the vibe, please subscribe. There's plenty more videos where this came from. If you're looking for more help, especially if you're feeling my vibe, I do personal readings right now. I'm taking them. And I also have one-on-one coaching. My coaching deals with creativity and utilizes the creativity, highlights your unique gifts, and works and cultivates a process for you to really dig through this shadow work, to dig through these blocks, and really help you trust your intuition and align with the goals you're trying to meet. I had paused for a second because I'm like, should I say this? Yes, I should say this. I do have a one-on-one coaching session that helps you with affirmations and beliefs, and speaking your goals into existence, and creating a process, really helping you, holding your hand through the creative process to create affirmations and finish a course. It's a 10-week course, right? And finish this with the result of actually producing your own affirmation card deck. And I show you how to utilize that by creating your own soul care rituals and routines to really get into the vibe, into the flow of creativity and self-reflection, because we don't have enough time for self-reflection. We really don't. And it could be very powerful. So, especially within trusting yourself. So that's what I have for you. If you're feeling the vibe, please subscribe. Take a look at my links below. Comment below. I'd love to see the comments. And I hope that you can subscribe, and I can see you next time in the comments and during during my next message. I'm getting a little bit tired, y'all, so I'm going to sign off right now. Much love to you. Until next time, I'm outie. Peace.